This question comes from Marianne from Amsterdam, but originally from Bulgaria.
Oh,
Is there a way to improve the position metrics for max conversion bidding strategy? Is the question. And the way she wrote it in was, "Hi, and thank you for the great insights. I am learning a lot from you guys. I listen to you every day during my commute to work, during work, and after work. This
wow.
is how valuable I find your podcast.
Mm.
My question is, I wish I could get those sound bites just on their own, those sound effects. Wow. Oh, appreciate it,
That's
Chris. I am running
trying
a
to be
camp.
enthusiastic, about our fans here.
I
Thank
am
you.
running a campaign with max conversion bidding, and at the same time, I am running a recommendation trial for that campaign. Not sure. Maybe that's we clicked on a recommendation or we're running an experiment. I do see,
Yeah,
however, that
she's running a trial for a certain recommendation that had popped up.
gotcha.
That's what she's saying.
I do see, however, that the ads top impression, absolute top impression share has gone down a bit. Is there a way to actually improve the percentage ads are at the top while I'm running an experiment and using max conversion bidding? So, Chris, when you're running an automated bid strategy for max conversions or max clicks, do you have control over your position data? If you don't like your position data, can you change it?
No, no.
That's it. No.
So the answer is no. Unequivocally, the answer is no. You cannot directly affect your percentage absolute top. You cannot affect your percentage top. You cannot directly affect it. You might be able to make those numbers shift a little by adjusting your target CPA and things like that, but you cannot directly make that move. And this is why, and this is one of the reasons why Jason and I are so adamant about using manual bids, because I can make those direct adjustments. I can make a direct adjustment to say, you know what, this is a great keyword. This is converting, and the client loves to see themselves here. This is like their core product. Their best leads come through, even though the cost per conversion's higher. The automated CPA bidding would never push this as much as it needs to be pushed because the numbers don't look great. But I know that this lead sells 75% of the time, and the other leads that look cheap, they only sell 25% of the time. So there's something there that I know is worth more, so I will push that harder. Those are worth more in the end to the client. So manual bidding can get that done. Absolutely cannot do that for max conversion bidding. It's not possible. Jason, am I wrong?
Oh, I got to say, Chris, I don't want to be included on that manual bid pushing it hard thing.
Oh,
I'm
since when?
since about a month ago.
Oh,
I'm getting more and more good results from max conversions, and then also in some situations max clicks. And so things are getting very interesting these days. Things are getting very messy.
hmm.
But then I have some accounts where I could not go away from manual bids because they just work really well. So I got to say things are changing. Um,
Okay.
there
Just
there are some things you can do with your position
okay.
data with
Tell
automated
me.
bids. A lot of people have a cap when they run maximize clicks. And so if you have a
No, she's talking about max
I know she's
conversions.
talking about max conversions, but I'm doing a show here for 100,000 people. And a lot of people are running maximize clicks and they put a cap in place. I saw this the other day. Someone had a $3 cap on their bids that maybe should be around $10 or $15 if they want to spend their full budget. And the position data was like super, super low, prohibitively low. It was like hurting their results. So it's a thing to go down a checklist. It's a thing to check. If you're doing automated bids, max clicks, and your cap that you put in place, which you don't have to put in place, is too low, you can raise that cap or get rid of it to raise your position. And another thing, Chris, with max conversions, which we're talking about here, if you don't have a target max cost per conversion in place, this won't apply. But if you do have a target cost per conversion in place on your max conversion strategy, you can raise that target, and that should raise your it should help raise your position data if you're worried about that position data. which leads me to a point maybe you'll agree with, Chris. There's a great saying that says you can only optimize in life for so many things, and you have to focus on what you're optimizing for.
Mm.
And if you're running a max conversion strategy, you're optimizing for getting the most conversions possible for the budget. And you should not be worried about position data. If you're optimizing for position data, you can do that with manual bids. And like you're saying, be in full control at a keyword by keyword basis and get the position data you want. So they definitely are things that conflict. Your position data is directly impacted by what you're willing to pay for your cost per conversion and how many conversions you want to get for the budget. And so there's only so much you can do. I just want to point out a couple things, but I agree with you, Chris. At the end of the day, they are conflicting strategies, or they're conflicting things to worry about. You can only worry about one of them.
Jason, as we prepare to take our break, what do you think about, because I'm a little shocked at what you said about backing off that whole manual bid thing. I'm a little shocked. Is it time for us to have a great debate about smart bidding versus manual bidding?
No, I'm not interested in a debate.
Okay.
I'm interested in optimizing for the two things in my career that I'm optimizing for, and debating with you, believe it or not, is not on that list of two. So I'm not interested in a great debate. I am up for a conversation on this podcast, where we can talk about a little refresher on bidding strategies and current results you and I are seeing for different bidding strategies. Also, next week, if you're up for it, I would like to talk about Performance Max. I'm seeing really good results with Performance Max. I'm seeing comments from listeners of the show joking about Performance Max. And reviews where they joke about Performance Max, but I'm not joking here. Like, I'm actually seeing good results, and there's different things about the Performance Max campaign that you can understand and study, and it'll help you get good results. But my overall point here, Chris, is I think we talked about this like maybe 3 weeks ago at this point. I think Google has turned the corner with with basically bringing the power of search closer to the power of reach, and taking close to the same performance you can get on search and applying that to the reach of YouTube, the reach of Performance Max, the reach of display. I've just seen them turn the corner with those kind of reach campaigns, Gmail, Maps, YouTube, all that kind of stuff. Along with, at the same time, I'm seeing better and better results with two specific things: maximize conversion bidding, and also broad keywords. Like, if you look at the search terms for broad keywords, they're getting better and better. If you look at the performance with max conversions, it's getting better and faster. So I have seen that recently, and some interesting things are going on.